Hi, my name is Nobuhiku Kobayashi. I'm an associate professor at UC Santa Cruz. I'm in the electrical engineering department. I have this another hat I'm putting on my head. It's a co-director of Advanced Studies Laboratory. Advanced Studies Laboratory is a strategic alliance that's been established between UC Santa Cruz and the NASA Ames Research Center. We are using this equipment, MOCVD, to grow very, very small semiconductors. It's so small that you don't need substrate, single crystal substrate to begin with. So we are envisioning to develop a material platform in which you can have high-quality semiconductors without high-quality and expensive substrate. So those platforms, if we are successful, can be a platform for solar cells, thermoelectric devices, and high-speed photo detectors. The basic concept is, okay, we are trying to replace the thin film semiconductor with semiconductor nanowires, which are basically like hairs of nanowires, semiconductors that are sticking out from the substrate. So conceptually, if you envision the continuous film, then which I believe the continuous film is still the best way to make a semiconductor devices. But when you restrict it by just using hair of semiconductors, you definitely want to maximize the density of these nanowires as high as possible, and length really depends on the application you're envisioning. For example, if you are interested in solar cell, then you want to have nanowires that's long enough to capture all the light incoming to your devices.
I'm Andrew Lone. I'm a grad student from UC Santa Cruz, and I work here at NASA Ames Research Center developing nanomaterial platforms for photovoltaics and thermoelectrics and high-speed photodetectors, all sorts of different devices. What we have here is a chamber where we characterize our thermoelectric materials. We have nanowire samples, and we're interested in the thermal properties of the nanowires along their lengths, which obviously grow up from the sample. Usually when you do these characterization measurements, you measure across the sample, but that's not what we're interested in, which is why we had to design our own system. The materials that we characterize with this system are grown in this system, the MOCVD. It's been my biggest task to try to build this complex system for growing small nanowires. A lot of times I feel more like a plumber or a car mechanic than a scientist, but it's a good combination of both worlds. This is all the plumbing that carries the metal organic precursors to the reaction chamber where we can control the growth rate of our nanowires.
The tool behind me is called the atomic layer deposition. This is a tool that's been donated by Hewlett-Packard Laboratory, where I used to work. We are developing this metallic oxide thin film, that's very thin film, like 10 to 15 nanometer thick, to fabricate a device called the memristor, which we believe is going to be one of the major breakthrough in the future computing. The wafer I'm holding here is a really preliminary result that's showing the very uniform deposition of metal oxide that we are developing with this tool. So Drew fabricates the memristor by depositing a metallic oxide thin film here and process the device at the Hewlett-Packard Laboratory. That's how we kind of arrange the collaborative research with the industrial partners. MAX facility, the MAX stands for Materials Analysis for Collaborative Science. We spent over 2 months to come up with this name, actually, so that's a funny part of the story. The MAX is a place where we gather a wide range of analytical tools for exotic materials that the students and the faculty members generate within advanced studies laboratory. So we make exotic materials and bring them all the way down to this facility to analyze. We have scanning electron microscope we just brought in last year. This is one of the best scanning electron microscope available, commercially available. We'll be bringing a very high resolution transmission electron microscope that comes with a 300 kilovolt acceleration voltage. We have atomic force microscope, scanning tunneling microscope, and we also have X-ray photoelectron spectroscope. So gathering all these high-end material analytical tools, then we basically study the chemical composition, topological properties, and also crystallographic information of all these materials. Sometimes all the startup companies cannot buy all these equipment because they are so expensive, so they come to us, and we can form a collaborative project. Then within this project, we offer this capability to them. My mind is really oriented towards the real world solutions to the problems that we have every day. Even after I joined UCSC as a professor, my mind is still occupied by the kind of desire of getting something out of the lab, trying to make something that benefits the society of mankind.